Hello, hello, and welcome my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to our 5-card draw. What do we need read for this beautiful, beautiful June and July 2023? I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Venus in Libra, I'm a professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Sword Productions since 1998, 25 years in service at the time of this recording, author of Words of Grace. From a professional witch, there's a Kindle version available. There's a link in the description box. It's divided into chakra chapters with some other cool stuff in there. I love Words of Grace. It truly is a work of spiritual, mystical art for me, but that's the Kindle version. Really clean, really sanitized, really, Kindle. The original version, though, the Fellini Film Fest version, is available on Kindle. Some of my Kindle. Whoops. Patreon. I'm getting my platforms confused, not shocked. It's been a tricky week, folks. Some of my subscribers get the original version of Words of Grace, the original PDF, but all of my subscribers, regardless of level of subscription, get 3 things in common. A daily check-in, pretty much every morning, unless the gods and the archangels would have it otherwise, as they just recently did. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so we chat about, literally, they chat with me about the day's astrological weather, the magical implications, the spiritual applications. I think I got that reversed. Magical applications, spiritual implications, I think is what I meant to say. Always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. The best way for me to start my day, considering what I get done in a day. Full moons, new moons, Sabbats, we're always doing something over there. So they also get all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, as well as they get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, and we will talk about that at the end of the video if you want to hang out for that. But I love Patreon. I mean, come on. I've got Leo rising, so I've got Mercury conjunct Venus, 3rd house in Libra, so the creativity is fun over there for me. No algorithms to cope with. So it's lovely. Click the link. Check it out. We have a 7-day free trial available for Seeker, our first level of subscription. If you want to check it out, you can also follow if you want. There's all sorts of cool stuff, so click the link, check it out. It's a lot of fun over there. Come play on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. That my Libras, you can just call Mal. Hi. It's 5-card draw time. It's been a tricky week, but I am here. I am queer. It is Gay Pride Month, and hopefully you are used to me, and if not, if you are new to me, let's do some explanation. Good segue to the new Libras and cross-watchers if you are new. A 5-card draw is just 1 card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about absolutely anything. We are applying it, though, to a 2-week period, a new moon to full moon, plant a seed, help it grow, to manifest our heart's desire by water, by earth, by air, and by fire, with the spirit of unity for the well-being of all, because these 5 decks represent that: fire, earth, air, water, and spirit, to help you clarify, hone, refine your element of fire. Our first card down, what we yearn for, what we burn for, what our heart's desires, and our heart's desires were given to us before we incarnated. Part of a much larger ineffable plan, right? So as each and every one of us manifests our heart's desires, even a little bit, even to a degree, we're making it easier for everybody else to do that. And what's that going to do to the planet? It's going to make it a healthier planet, right? A healthier society, more golden timeline, if you will, than a leaded timeline, more love than fear, etc., etc. So let's look at this 2-week thing, because it's an interesting 2-week period. A new moon in Gemini. It will go void, of course, then into Cancer on Sunday, June 18th, 12:37 a.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York, so you have a window from 12:37 a.m. till the moon goes void, of course, at 2:42 a.m. to do your air magic. Now, like I said, I am Venus in Libra. Of course, I'm going to use that trining energy of Gemini new moon. Some way, some shape, probably air magic, one would think. Then it does go void, of course. 2:24 a.m. as I said, but then at 6:58 a.m. Eastern, right, a little before 7 a.m., moon goes into Cancer. So I'm gonna have a cup of coffee and do a spell and do a little water magic. So you kind of get a double whammy, which is lovely. 2 weeks later, the full moon in Capricorn, July 3rd, 7:39 a.m. I mean, a little bit early on a Monday for a little full moon magic, but again, cup of coffee, Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. Saturn rolls coffee beans. I'm in between those two dates of note, Letha, summer solstice on the 21st of June. Sun goes into Cancer. If you have any water signs or Cancerian placements, crosswatchers, etc., keep that in mind. Mercury then goes into Cancer on the 26th of June. So you see there's quite a bit of Cancerian energy, and that is a square to Libra, cardinal air to cardinal water astrologically. So yeah, you might want to keep that in mind. And then Neptune is going retrograde last day of the month, June 30th. I believe it's in Pisces. I am a Pisces moon, so I will check that out for sure, and we have some time for that. And certainly it could be a very, very powerful 2-week period because of that. So look, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Cross-watchers, you have the opportunity to help the Libra you are cross-watching for manifest their heart's desires, which you will be helping you most likely manifest your own, as well as you'll be helping me do it, because that's how holographic unity works, right? So there's an archangel, there's a crystal oracle, there's a whisper of love oracle, and a healing mantra. But first, let's get to our element of fire. What we yearn for, what we burn for, what our heart's desires, or perhaps what is required to manifest our heart's desire this beautiful, beautiful June to July. Shine on harvest moon, but we got a couple of more months before that. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the best that I can to help anyone manifest their heart's desire by water, by earth, by air, by fire, as long as the spirit is for unity, right? And healing and evolution and all that jazz, because that's my gig. Because I would like to not have to keep reincarnating here. There are other places we could go, I have a feeling. So the shift from the explanation, which I'm glad to do for the new people, to the divination, which I am born to do, seriously sacred contracted to do, that shift happens in the still point, and I will say Libras have a good chance at finding the still point on a more regular basis for an air sign, because it is the still point in the center of the balance that does not move. Isn't that good? My guides are really good. Shall we? Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's see if we can have fun with this. Still point. And here we go. Using the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish to represent the element of fire, I call upon the ancestors of magic, of miracles, and of mysticism. For us Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, what is the magical spell fragment, right? Spell card. Little clue, a little tip, a little hint. For our element of fire, what we yearn for, what we burn for, or perhaps what is required to manifest our heart's desire, this beautiful, beautiful June to July harvest. Harvest moon. Shine on, yeah, it's Harvest Moon, man, that's the song, it's an old-ass song. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. That sounds like something worth planting at a new moon to harvest at full, considering it is the word of the spell fragment. I like it. Now, very general. You know, what work have you been doing? I've been doing all sorts of work, career, vocation, inner work, right? Spiritual work, get in the house, you know, housework, you know, little B-52s vibe there. So let's go to the element of earth, the crystal oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno, the fuel to feed the fire, ground and manifest the heart's desire. If you have the stone indicated, it's an opportunity for an amulet, a talisman, a magical carrier, a magical tool, whatever you like, a memory stone just to remind you, right? So what I do is I take the same piece of jewelry, this Alexandrite ring for Libra, and I've been putting my 5-card draws and my 7-card draws stuff in it, so because I always wear it, right? So it's a perpetual, so of course I use these spells for myself. So this deck is consecrated, empowered, whatever, given to my archangelic lineage of Archangel Ariel, the Archangel of Lyons, for the element of earth. So let's see what she got to say. Please take a nice deep breath. And clear quartz does everything. You're a Virgo. I'm sure you have plenty of rocks around the place you could use. Breathe. Still point. Ariel. Override. As I call to my beloved Archangel Ariel, Archangel of Lyons, Archangel of Wealth, Archangel of Nature, one of the archangels of the North Powers of Earth, hence the crystal oracle. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your oracle message to help us Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers with the element of Earth, the fuel to feed the fire and help us manifest our heart's desire, which either is or does require harvest, this beautiful nudifol. Molybdenite. Uh-oh, it's the starseed card, molybdenite. Now, molybdenum is a mineral. It's in mussels. I know that because I grew up on Long Island. I do like myself some shellfish. I hate to be selfish, but I do like some shellfish. Location. It's fun to say, too. Molybdenite. Oh, that's so molybdenistic. Oh, I opened right to it. A message from the stars. Oh, here we go. Tinfoil hat and woo land. Goddess, help us. Your life is always held in perfect equilibrium by the divine natural order that exists within all creation. Well, equilibrium is the same as balance, and we're talking Libra vibe here. Believing that you have somehow failed or made the wrong decision or choice is simply an illusion. That is the struggle, right? Because as air signs, we can kind of go back and forth. Did I fuck up or is this perfect? Is this horrible? Did I do it? Is this free will? Is it what's going on? Easy. Fine, the still point is what this is saying. There is nothing you need to change or fix in your life apart from your sometimes unbalanced perceptions, mainly your self-criticism. Now look, 7th house Libra, yeah, marriage, partnership, legal matters, but it's also your relationship to the shadow, right? It's still a relationship thing. Your shadow self, the darkest part of the ego that is the last to evolve as it unravels and is integrated into the divinity that is your soul and your higher self, right? Know that you are always worthy of love and you are eternally blessed. Start to accept all of who you are as you are, and you will see your life magically and lovingly transform. And that is the thing, man. Love is the universal solvent in the alchemical equation, with the philosopher's stones and tips and tricks got to come along with that nowadays. All is in perfect divine order. So look, divine order, if we understood it, there would be no surprise. There would be no element of surprise. It would be fire, earth, air, water, spirit, but no surprise element at all, right? Because we would know. We would know. The faith, yes, it is an article of faith that there is a divine plan in play, but it's an ineffable divine plan. Thank you, Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Blessed be Terry Pratchett, the turtle moves, right? We don't know what it is. We can't see what it is. But as an article of faith, we do have intuition and insight. And how many times have we been through a hardship, something horrible, and then years go by, location. We look back and we see it and we go, oh, that was perfect. Every time, but our free will to do so. From a spiritual perspective, there are no mistakes in life. Every experience is a lesson in love and in wisdom. And if you take the quantum unity into it, oh, every time one of you says no, another one says yes, another one says maybe, always splitting off, right? I've seen some of my other quantum lives. Most of them are dead, honestly, so I'm okay. I'm still here, I'm still queer, and hopefully you are still used to me. Yay, Gay Pride Month. I'm going to Manhattan. I stay in Brooklyn. I'm going last week. I gotta. It's been me since before the pandemic. I've been to a Gay Pride event. I'm ready for it, and I'm looking good. So let's get our element of air with the Archangel Fire Oracle. I know it's a little contradictory there, but this is a wonderful book, and the deck is wonderful. It takes all of the major archangels and puts them in different cultural masks, if you will. It's lovely. We're not going to read everything for the card. It's a lot in there. It's very well researched, but it's not overwrought. It's not overwritten, but it is detailed. So everyone has access to archangels. Mine just happens to be Archangel Ariel, the Archangel of Lyons. And someday I will write and tell that story. It took me 30 years to figure that out. Once I connected, when it's literally written in your name and in your, I am Mars conjunct Leo rising. I mean, it's right there. So yeah, think of your higher self as a guardian angel that belongs to a club called an archangel, and then those archangel clubs get together and they form the thrones, the powers, the dominions, the virtues, all the way back to the other side of the source wall where there is no identity. It's just, right. And that's the still point where all comes from. So they only come if you call. Your free will, your choice, but even a Google search, I think they take us, oh, they're interested, and they take a step closer. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Archangels. Override. As I call to the beloved pantheons of archangels, for us beloved Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers. Please, who is the archangel waiting in the wings with the wings to help us with the element of air, our element? The air that condenses to make water, the emotion, the air that stokes the fire to manifest our heart's desire. For harvest with a message from the stars of perfect divine order this beautiful, beautiful June and July. Salathiel. Oh, he's so sweet. Salathiel. S-C-L-A-T-H-I-E-L. Card number 29. What I love about this deck is they don't put keywords on the card, just the name and the number. So you're kind of forced to look it up. But I'm a research witch, amongst other things. Potion witch is really my strongest suit. Well, in the magical arts, the divinatory arts, I think I'm doing pretty good. Considering how long I've been doing this, devotion is the key word. Devotion. Now, devotion to who? Devotion to what? Let's find out. Salathiel is the angel of contemplation and devotion. Now, contemplation, there you go, Libra. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. 10 lives ago I ate that, and tomorrow I want to take that. Fucking roll a dice already. His name means prayer of God, and he is known as the intercessor. Illustrated in this oracle card as a peace-loving Tibetan monk, this archangel is a special guardian to those who have been ordained. I used to be. I defrocked myself. There's nothing like defrocking yourself sometimes. Or who are qualified as spiritual teachers. This gentle being comes to teach us about the importance of prayer. I pray before every reading, I pray a lot. Let's just leave that there. It is the grace of prayer. I was born with the grace of prayer. It's one of the graces in my book, Words of Grace. Grace. Salathiel shows us how to see every aspect of our lives as sacred and worthy of devotion, even in the most mundane everyday activities, can be embraced as a form of devotion or in sacred ritual. My cup of coffee every morning, I do the prayer for grace. It's in my book. He assists with bringing us more easily into a meditative state and can show you how to still your mind so you can tap into the quiet voice of true guidance. He can also enhance your concentration levels to help you avoid distractions. Well, that's helpful. Salathiel is often depicted as an expression of sincere humility on his face, with downcast eyes and his arms gently folded over his chest. Like the image in his oracle card, he is shown to be swinging an incense burner or censer of smoke, element of air, which carries our prayers more quickly to heaven. An angel of mindfulness, he shows us how to live without unhealthy attachment, keeps us centered in the now moment, and helps us to trust that our prayers are being answered. Perhaps just not always in the way we might expect. Hello, location. Salathiel reminds us that everyone's path is unique. Don't follow the herd. Be devoted to you. I love that. And come on, for an air sign, mindfulness. Right, absolutely. I have had a lifelong love affair with the Eastern traditions of prayer and meditation, and the Hindu, the Sanskrit, the Buddhism, the Zen, the whole nine. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I'm a wedge. I will take mystical truth wherever I find it, and prayer is the medium of miracles, a means of communication between creation and to creator. Through prayer, love is received. Through miracles, love is expressed. A Course in Miracles, miracle principle number 11. How's that for multicultural? Really, Eastern, Western. Course in Miracles was scribed in New York City in the 70s, baby. Here's the message, your whole existence is sacred. Let your heart lead you. Devotion comes in many different shapes and forms. Even walking barefoot on the grass can be a form of prayer. Oh, I love that. Now look, getting into that stillness, right? Element of air, right? To bypass the chaos of the surface level of the mind, to get into the divine mind at the core of everybody's mind. Yes, even them. I know, right? So that we can see the divine perfection. A message from the stars does not necessarily automatically mean boop, 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 boop. No. Maybe, if that's your gig. It's not mine. I'm a witch. Feet planted. I'm good. No anal probes here at Drawing the Circle. I'm a top. Okay, let's keep it light. But certainly from that place to see and harvest, it was all perfect. It was all perfect. I didn't put a foot out of step, though I was beating the crap out of myself thinking that I had, right? Because we can be so devoted to our own decisions about what works and what doesn't. Humility, the grace of humility, woo, is the first and last grace in my book, Words of Grace, because it is the first grace, the maiden grace, knowing that you don't know, but you're willing to be shown. That innocence is so beautiful. But the last grace, because it's in the last chapter of the grace, is the saving grace. Everybody has a saving grace. Humility is mine, which is what allows me to have so much fun doing this at the same time then being, really serious as it needs to be. Clear channel, if you will. So I love this. Considering whatever seeds we plant here, and it's not so much about pushing and striving, is it? It's like brushing your teeth is sacred. I know, right? Cup of coffee, whatever it is that you're doing. All of it. It's all one. It's all the divine in disguise. So, cross-watchers, head up, heads up, heads up, heads up. Whispers of Love Oracle is the voices of the higher selves of all involved. Yes, the Libras, but anyone involved in this. This could be a solo gig. Wouldn't shock me if it was, right? This feels very much within the I, as it will. Not so much in the we, but cross-watchers, if you want to help, your higher selves are contributing. Element of water, the emotional stuff. Please, take a nice deep breath. Oh, relief. Still point. Higher selves, override. As I call upon the beloved higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, insight needed by the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, us, Venus, Sun, Moon, us, Libra, us, Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What are the element of water, right? What is your guidance, your grace, your wisdom, your message? For our element of water, the energy and motion that we experience as emotion when in physical bodies, because apparently we need, glands and chemicals to experience a lot of that. But love is the truth of who we are, to help us manifest the love that is divine power, to help us manifest our element of fire, what we yearn for, what we burn for, what our hearts desire as harvest with a message from the stars and the devotion of Salathiel. This beautiful, beautiful June to July. The Don Henley card. Sing it with me. It's time to get down to the heart of the matter. Because our will does get weak and our thoughts may get scattered. I mean, come on, we are air signs in that sense. There is more going on here than meets the eye. Recognize what all this is about, that it's all perfect. Oh, we hate that when we don't agree. No, right? Remove the scales from your eyes, if you've ever heard that phrase before. That's in A Course in Miracles, too, I think, removing the scales from your eyes. Look, the heart of the matter, there is a deeper truth here, and it is a divine truth, but it's going to take prayer and devotion to get there. Element of air. What do you got to lose, right? Prayer is such a media thing, right? I mean, I smoke cigarettes, I'll be the first to say. American Spirit Yellows, and I'm plugging it. No additives, all of that. I only smoke them in prayer, which makes me want to pray more. But, you know, it's definitely tapered off a lot, right? Considering. So, you know, that's, and you know, smoke, element of air, light some incense, right? Particularly, I would think the new moon in Gemini on a Sunday, day of healing, day of success. You do you, but getting to the heart of the matter, of course, we don't see. There is a prayer, it was said by Marianne Williamson, I never forgot this part of it. She said, lift me above the fray. It's either in Illuminata or in A Return to Love. Lift me above the fray, right? Get me above the thoughts in the collective, you know, everyday this and that bitch and moan, and help me see the truth, which is that we've done nothing wrong. I know. Things are terribly unjust on this planet, it would seem. Of course it does. But that's why we come from a place of eternal balance and peace and truth and love, all as one thing. Come down here to play a game for a larger purpose. We may not see it, but to know that it is perfect and the work that we've been doing, we're ready to receive our all. Whatever that may be, that heart of the matter thing. That's key. Absolutely. Without love, you can't get to them higher chakras, right? Yeah, I'm just going to be a miserable fucking curmudgeon and see what I'm going to see. No, you are looking through a lens darkly, and man, I'm giving you guys a lot of New Testament today. Though Course in Miracles belongs, it's not a religion. It's a course of spiritual self-study course of spiritual psychotherapy with 365 lessons, and I've done the workbook twice. I want to make sure I got it right. Did I mention I'm a Virgo? Shall we? The last card down, the card of Spirit, the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck to get us a mantra to put this together. So, if you happen to have some spare molybdenite around, I don't, just grab anything, cast the spell on it, calling in Salathiel with the intention to get to the heart of the matter. Because there's more going on here than meets the third eye. We may have to actually go into the heart to discover real truth here. And so the mantra to help unify that and do all of that. Let's do this. I'm in. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters. Override. As I call to the beloved Ascended Masters of the General Assembly, please, beloved ones, one card in clarity, the perfect healing mantra for us Libra Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, the Spirit card to unify, to align, to empower, to help us manifest our heart's desire by water, by earth, by air, by fire, with the Spirit mantra to carry us through, to help us heal, grow, learn, evolve, be the best that we can be so we can handle our harvest. This beautiful June and July. Inspiring others, I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. And I do. I do. I know when I can't do something. Like, you do not want me monkeying around with a universal joint unless we're talking about a really... Never mind. I think some of you know exactly where I was headed there. The humility, the grace of humility to know that you don't know, then certainly empowering other people just by saying, you're so good at that, I wish I could do that. My friend Pam Gardman, owner of Fat Cat Papery, Cinema Riches, so good. Such a brilliant artist. I mean, it's not Rembrandt, but what she does is so emotive. She's Scorpio, right? And I gotta tell her that more. I mean, just her design skill is way beyond anything I could ever pull off. She's a very dear friend. So even just that, like doing it into the air, right, without even telling her that directly. I'll text her later and let her know she got a shout out in the Libra read. So inspiring others. This means we don't have to do this all by ourselves. This means that we can invite people in and get things done. Inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. When others are inspired, you allow them to take center stage and step into a greater acknowledgement of their personal power. When others are made to feel useful, they are likely to embrace more courageous decisions as their self-worth increases. So, is that what's at the heart of the matter here? This might not be in us. This might be in somebody that we are dealing with. Something involving this, someone I should say, involving this harvest that we've been working hard on. So this might not, this may not necessarily be a romantic relationship thing. But there's something about the devotion here and the heart of the matter that speaks of a sacred something. That covers a lot. Ready? Imagine the perfection of not having to do everything by yourself and infusing others with a greater sense of purpose just by asking for their help. But it's got to come from a genuine place. It's not like you're, oh, let me butter them up so that they'll do what I want them to do, even though they don't want to do it. No. Not with Salathiel. I don't know if he's going to stand for that. It's not a matter of feeling weak or being incapable. Instead, it's about realizing the gift of inspiration you possess simply by inviting others to be a part of your day. This mantra is ideal for increasing intimacy in relationships. Okay, now that is another story that could definitely bring in more of the 7th house, bum chicka wow wow, perhaps. Resolving martyrdom. No, that's okay. You go and have fun. I'll do this all by myself. No, I grew up with that. We're working through that. And communicating your needs. Like, I've learned to do this because it does uplift. Like when somebody says, Mark, I really need your help now, and you help me out, I know you can. And particularly in my mystical, divinatory, blah, 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 right? It's like, I'm glad to. It inspires me. And I'm a Virgo, so I'm totally into that. So, really nice spread here. Not a womp womp on the table. Womp womp. So let's put it together in a blessimation, a blessing and a summation while the landscapers are outside in the rain. I mean, you got to admit, that's dedication. That's devotion. Come to think of it. And they're getting paid. So let's put this together and then we'll chat a little bit at the end about cool drawing the circle stuff and Patreon and all that jazz. Please take a nice deep breath. I love you. Still point. Pantheons. That was the cards. I didn't fart. Pantheons. Override. Oh. Here we go. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For us Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross-watchers who are watching this video and receiving this reading, may we be blessed that all that we need this beautiful, beautiful June to July to manifest our heart's desire by water, by earth, by air, by fire with the spirit of inspiring others, because we can help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. And maybe that is at the heart of the matter. Maybe we haven't seen it just yet, but there is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what all this is about, and that is definitely recognizing a mental thing. Maybe we haven't seen their gifts, and now we do, which would make sense if we are in a prayer of devotion and a devotional prayer in any way, shape, or form that comes to us calling in the help of Archangel Salathiel, particularly that Tibetan Buddhist humility and compassion and softness and care and just delicious and delightful in our element of air, with a message from the stars that we need to find that stillness, we need to find that still point, that calm, to see beyond the clouds of the illusory mind, the surface level of the mind where all the static is, into the deep, still, silent, still point. Still, silent, still, whatever, redundant, to receive that message from the stars that all is in divine plan, everything is in divine timing. We haven't done anything wrong, because no matter how powerful we think we are, you just can't screw up the divine plan. Even our screw-ups as we see them are perfect choreographic steps in something much larger than we can imagine or conceive. So, oh, I can talk over a leaf blow. Are you ready? Breathe. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let our work now bring us to harvest. We are ready to receive our all, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. So it is. And thank you, Janet Grace, for the new music. Did you like it? It's a good read. I like it. Hit the thumbs up. I don't hit thumbs up on my own stuff. That feels slightly masturbatory. I didn't do it. No, not on camera. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, absolutely subscribe. I'm not stopping anytime soon, apparently. My contracts with the divine keep me here on YouTube because it's the gateway to Patreon. Let's call it what it is. The best thing ever. No, seriously, you can even follow us for free now. And we put out free stuff. Every now and again, you'll see a little something come by and be like, ooh, you can check that out. Or there's 7-day free trial as a seeker at the time of this recording. You can check out, hey, opt out day 6. You ain't got to pay a thing. But you would get, right, the daily check-ins and the extended reads for that period of time. The extensive discount, we're going to say, for actual subscribers, I'm thinking. Yeah, click it, check it out. The extended readings. And that discount is worth it because I changed my prices for the first time in 25 years. So let's talk about that. Yeah, 25 years I upped my prices. It's on my website, drawingthecircle.com. There's a store. You can click your way through. It's written there in a way that's very easy to understand the different options available. And there aren't, it's not Netflix. There aren't that many options, but it makes it very, very clear. Spiritual counseling, readings in person, on Zoom. If I gotta travel, it's all there. And of course, I made a video for the 25th anniversary, booking private sessions with Mal, which includes spiritual counseling. And if I ever do hands-on healing work again, those same terms would apply, I guess is the proper way to say it. So yeah, click the link, check it out, reach out. I'm here to help. Spiritual counseling, I've been doing my whole life, it seems. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12. I'm going to be 55 years old September 6th. Yeah, I know, look at thanks. Hey, a little meditation, a little witchcraft, a little rapid wrinkle repair goes a really long way. Praise be alpha hydroxy. Seriously, I believe in us, and this is a really good read. It's like practically custom built for a Libra here. So remember, you have the power to inspire others. And as you reap, as you sow, so shall you reap. And we are heading towards our reaping with harvest. So comment if you like. I'd love to know what you think this is about, because I got some ideas for myself. It's nice to bounce them off a good Libra every now and again. So wishing you the very best and the very, very blessed of this beautiful, beautiful June and July 2023, my beloved Libras. I love you. Hang in there. Heal, hail, mwah, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.